What's up, everyone? This is the AMZ Answers podcast, your weekdaily 10-minute blast of Amazon knowledge. This is episode number 13 of Business Formation. Taxes. What taxes do you need to pay, and what's the difference between sales tax and income tax?
What's up, everybody? We are up in the Jungle Loft. I am Adam with my brother Noah. This is episode number 13. This is taxes. This is Business Formation Week number 3.
Yep, covering everything.
Noah, do you have any gripes?
Gripes. I have a gripe. I live upstairs, and the AC level is never the same as it is downstairs, and it sucks because all the roommates downstairs, they don't want it colder, and me, I'm sweltering.
That's a good gripe,
isn't it?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Rashes in the summer.
Oh my God, heat rashes.
Yeah, heat rash in the summer.
Dirty heat rash. We live in Austin, Texas, so it's hot.
It gets hot and sweaty.
Yeah, it gets real hot here. Okay.
We're going to talk about something extremely riveting.
What's hot and sweaty?
Taxes.
Taxes are hot and sweaty, hot and steamy.
Why are they so hot and steamy?
The tax, man. So when you're doing an Amazon business, of course, you have to worry about your income tax. Income tax is the normal tax that everyone pays right at the end of the year. The other thing you have to worry about is what's called sales tax. So when you go to a store and you buy like popcorn, you know where it's like it's $8.99, but you go up to the front and it's like, what? This ends up being like $9.60. That's called sales tax. In Texas, it's 8.25% of any good that you purchase. The problem with sales tax is that every single state in the U.S. has a different rate and a different portal that you have to submit your sales tax in.
Yeah, and of course, what's the confuzzling thing about Amazon is that it's open to everyone in the U.S.
Yeah, so
how are you supposed to do that?
So guess what? When this law was made, they didn't have e-commerce. So this law, it's a tough one. This is really a longer topic than 10 minutes, but basically, if you're an Amazon seller, you have what's called Nexus, which means you have to file taxes in every single state. Technically, that's the technical answer. Of course,
you have Nexus in every single state.
In every single state. So the problem with that, of course, is if you were spending time filing taxes in 50 states, you would not have a business.
Nexus is the place that you are responsible for filing taxes in.
Yes. So the problem is that you really have to pick which states are aggressive at going after Amazon sellers, and you have to file in those states. Right now, those states are Washington, Pennsylvania, wherever your LLC is formed, which for most of you should be Delaware because it's the cheapest state, at least last time I checked. And California. Did I leave one out? Pennsylvania?
I thought it was Texas. No, we just did it because
we do it because our LLC's there. Pennsylvania, California, Washington. A really, really good website that has really good stuff on this is taxjar.com. They do all of my personal sales tax.
Which means that they collect the sales tax for you.
I could pay for them to collect it for me and report it. I just pay for them to let me know how much I owe. Sales tax, also, if you're doing accounting, is what's called a pass-through tax. Okay, so what that is your item it's automatically going to be added onto your item when the people go to checkout, and all you have to do is collect it and pass it through.
But you do have to set it up. You have to set Amazon up.
You do have to set it up, and you do have to file the report to the state government.
Quarterly.
It could be that is the crazy thing. It can be quarterly. It could be bi-monthly. It could be monthly. It's whatever the state that you're filing in decides.
What are those states?
So in general, so there's many strategies you can use, right? Some people are going to be like, I'm scared. I'm going to file in all 50 states, and then they're going to spend their entire time working on the business filing sales tax. Okay. Other people are like, I'm just going to file where it's most dangerous, and then some people are like, screw it, I'm not going to file at all, and I'm just going to wait till Amazon starts collecting it. It's kind of effed up. You might ask, why doesn't Amazon just automatically collect this and submit it to the government? Well, that's a good point. I don't know why they don't do that. It would really help small business owners like myself, like yourself. So anyway, where you should definitely collect in is collect in the state your LLC is formed, right? Because you have a bunch of documents that link you to it. And then collect in the 4 states that are most aggressive at pursuing it. That's Washington, Pennsylvania, California, and there's one other. I'm sorry, but I'm missing it. So go on taxjar.com, they'll probably have it. It's a really good resource for everything sales tax.
It's not Massachusetts?
It's not Massachusetts.
Okay.
It was one other. Maybe I think it was Rhode Island. Rhode Island. It was like a random one that you're like, what? Like I get Washington and California, but Pennsylvania, Rhode Island doesn't really make sense. That was a New England one. Yeah. So anyway, do that. Income tax, right? When you own a business, when you own your LLC, you can you will probably be filing as a partnership at first until you make $35,000, which you will switch over to an S corp. People are probably so confused right now, but we got 10 minutes. I'm going to fly through it. Just ask us any question you have on the Facebook group, and we'll get to it. Adam, so a partnership, right, is what we started at with the LLC. Once you get to over $35,000, you're going to switch to an S corp, and what that does is that saves you money on Social Security tax.
Wait, but if they weren't a partnership for their LLC, they wouldn't file as a partnership for $30,000.
If they weren't a partnership as their LLC,
yeah, we file as a partnership because we were a partnership before we went to an S corp.
That's true. Okay, so whatever, if you're not a partnership,
single
LLC,
entity, whatever,
you're still they still need to switch to an S corp. It's the same rule.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is the limit? Upper limit?
The limit is like $35,000 in profit. Again, you only pay income tax on your profits, which is amazing for business. The reason it's amazing is because let's say I go out to dinner with my girlfriend and I buy her dinner. Technically, I can say that was a business meal, and I can write that off of my profit.
Right. At the end of the year, you can write that off of profits, and then you get taxed way less, or you can get money back.
So when you have a salary, when you're working, there's no way that you can protect yourself from any of the tax. Let's say I'm working and I make $70,000, right? You're going to get taxed on all that $70,000
because everything's a personal expense.
Exactly. But let's say that I own an Amazon business and I make $70,000, right? I can say that although $70,000 was my profit, a lot of my personal expenses, such as a home office expense, which is basically all my rent I could deduct from taxes, or business meals, it might come to only $40,000 that I'm actually taxed on. So there's $30,000 that's tax free. If you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's the biggest reason he says to own a business is because of the tax advantages.
Right, you should get thousands of dollars back on your tax return that you wouldn't get normally.
Yeah, it's a big reason to have a business is the tax advantage. What else? So we got sales tax. People are obviously going to be confused. So we got
income taxes, the normal tax as if you were a full-time employee. You get taxed on that as well with your business. Sales tax is the different one.
Oh, important. All your business expenses, that includes all of your orders that you're ordering, all the software that you're purchasing, it needs to be on a separate business account or a separate card. Remember, we learned this from the accountant.
And
the reason is because if you get audited by the IRS, there's like, what is it, 2% chance? Did you say?
I think it's lower than that.
If you get audited by the IRS and you have personal mixed with business on like the same account,
hard to defend yourself.
It's very hard to defend yourself. If you have personal separated from business, it's easy. So let's say that I have a card that I use for all my business expenses, but when I take my girlfriend out to dinner and I know that I'm going to write that off, I use that same card.
Yeah. It's obviously more work to do. We get that.
Yeah, it's more work, but if you have a card that has airline miles and you're buying, let's say I buy a $10,000 order from a supplier and I have a card with a bonus that has airline miles, I mean, I have like 200,000 Chase points.
Yeah.
So you'll have unlimited points and you'll fly everywhere. Which is tight, which is part of the whole thing.
Fly me to the moon.
Hey, card boy. Adam is the card man here. What card, if people are like, I want a good credit card for miles, what card should I start on?
Yeah, the reason we're talking about this is because you might as well get a credit card that has miles on it because you're going to be spending a bunch of money on Amazon and you're going to have a business with an EIN number, so you can get these huge business cards that have huge advantages. I'd say the first card you should get is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's very easy to get 50,000 Chase points, which is about how many round trips? It's about 3 round trips for free on a flight domestic across the U.S. All you have to do is spend, I think it's $3,000 in 3 months, $3,000 in 3 months on the card, and you'll get that. So look into that.
Yeah. Another reason you get a credit card, of course, is because on these big orders, your money is not just on the line; the bank's money is on the line. So let's say that you get an argument with a supplier and you want a refund. Well, you could talk to your bank, right? They're a lot more powerful than you are, and they're going to have better resources to help fight that charge.
Right. You can shut down charges on a credit card.
Right.
Business credit card.
Have the bank on your side for these cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Again, guys, this taxes is a really confusing topic, and it took me a really, really long time to fully understand it. I still don't fully understand it. No one actually does. That's why there's tax accountants and lawyers. So ask us on the Facebook group, AMZ Answers Facebook group. Find us, ask us.
A set of very complicated, arbitrary rules.
A set of very complicated and arbitrary rules. Taxes make me hot and sweaty.
Hot and sweaty.
Hot and bothered.
Ask us on the Facebook group.
All right, guys. Bye.